Hey guys, it's your girl Sunshine Z, and I'm here to do a review on the Bobbi Kristina movie from tonight. This movie actually just premiered just like a few hours ago on TV1, and if you guys been following this thing, you guys know that Bobby Brown had actually taken TV1 to court to try to keep this movie from premiering, but he lost his case, and so the movie came out. And honestly, I kind of understand why he was trying to keep this movie out, because this movie, to me, served really no significance. It was of no importance. I mean, this movie definitely could have stayed where the hell it was, because all of the things that we saw in this movie are things that we already know. We're already aware of all of these things, but I'll give you guys a quick little rundown, my point of view, what I saw from it, and just to give you an idea of, basically what was going on if you have not been able to see it. For the characters, we have Vivica Fox playing Pat Houston, and you guys know that's Whitney Houston's sister-in-law. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Joy Rivers played Bobbi Kristina. Demetria Mckinney, she played Whitney Houston, and Nick Gordon was played by a Naj Jeter. I hope I got their names right. Now, I do want to say, in regards to the actors and actresses, I feel like they did a great job. I feel like they did the best jobs that they could with what they had. I feel like they did their best to portray each character with dignity and class, following the script, of course. And that Demetria Mckinney, honey, that girl can sing her ass off, okay? We already knew that, though, because, I've been watching her since she's been with Tyler Perry since, like, I was a teenager. But when I tell you that girl played no game, she came for wigs, edges, ponytails, whatever that could be snatched, she snatched it, because her ass can sing. But it's just the whole... For me, it was the script of this movie that just sucked ass, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. I know that's really nasty, but it did. It sucked ass. The movie basically opens up with Bobbi Kristina and Whitney, bless their souls, having an argument. So these two are having an argument the day before she dies. Then Whitney dies. So Whitney dies pretty much within the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then the rest of the movie is pretty much just showing you Bobbi Kristina's life and how it changes and things of that nature after Whitney's death. Her living with Nick Gordon and them going from this sort of brother-sister relationship to this boyfriend, girlfriend, play husband and wife relationship, and the Houstons kind of stepping in, specifically Pat trying to, keep ahead over the money situation and things of that nature. Once again, these are things that we already knew. It did go back and forth a little bit at times, like to when Bobbi Kristina was younger, showing some of the things that she saw with her mother, battling her addiction, and, the relationship between Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, and how it was sometimes not such a good thing. And it also shown, as I said, we already know, the closeness of Whitney and Bobbi Kris. They really loved each other. They were very, very close. And, we know these things, but I'm glad that that was shown, because it's like, don't put just any old thing out here, But we already know that. We knew that girl loved her mother to death. And, when she passed, it was really sad for me, because I was like, she was just a baby, you know what I mean? But a piece of me was like, well, at least she's not here dealing with the evils of this world, Hopefully she's in heaven with her mother, and they're reuniting and they're okay, even though I know it's very sad. But anyway, back to this movie. Whoever wrote this, you need your behind whooped. This movie was just something you could find on Lipstick Alley, like, literally. Outside of the actors and actresses, it was just stupid. It was stuff we already knew. Nick Gordon and Bobbi Kristina fighting, him being jealous because Whitney didn't leave anything in the will for him, which created, a little bit of a problem, since now they were trying to be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife type of thing. Nothing's been left for him, so it kind of made it look as if he was jealous, and he had the animosity towards Bobbi Kris. So at times he would, be under the influence of drugs and going back and forth with her and putting his hands on her and trying to manipulate her because he's got to make sure he got some kind of money some kind of way because he didn't have anything when Whitney took him in. You know, the Houstons obviously had a very strong disdain for him, didn't want him around, weren't trying to include him in too much of anything, but Bobbi Kris was holding on to him so tight, maybe because that was what she was familiar with, which was her mother, you know, Nick, and herself. So now my mom's gone, she's just clinging to something. You know what I mean? It made it look as if Bobbi was not there for her. Like, the movie kind of portrayed as if she was trying to reach out to Bobbi a lot after her mother died, and she was upset a lot, you know, because she felt like if Bobbi would have stayed in the family, if Bobbi and her mother could have worked it out, her mother may still be here. You know what I'm saying? So you see that kind of going back and forth. And then, of course, Nick didn't want anybody around her, you know, not even her father. Anyone that she could get close with, Nick had a problem with it. He didn't like it. It put a lot of the blame back on Nick. It put a lot of the blame on this one, that one, and this one, that one, and pretty much took all the blame off of Chrissy and Whitney, you know, even though they both were grown-up humans and made their own choices. You know what I mean? Not to bash them or anything like that, because I would never do that. But this movie was just a waste of my time and your time. It was on for 2 minutes, so it started at 7 p.m. and went off at 9. And like I said, it was kind of rushed. Everything that we saw, we already knew. I really don't understand why they felt the need to do this. Maybe because they knew we were going to watch it and we're going to talk about it like I'm doing right now. So they got the little coins from us watching it. But I'm the type of person that I feel like if the family is not blessing you with this movie, it's never going to be right. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen a movie yet that didn't have the celebrity or artist family's blessing that actually turned out to be worth the damn. Aaliyah's movie was trash. This shit was trash. That Whitney movie I think they put out, yeah, that shit was trash. The guy that played Bobby didn't even have a goddamn gap. It was trash. Every other movie that has the family involving with ranging from Selena to the Temptations to the New Edition movie, Temptations, those movies were great. Those movies are like stamped in our time and just will never go old. Even the Tina Turner movie, because they had the permission, they had the rights, and they were able to use and do a lot of stuff. These movies were created without the family's permission, against their wishes, and you can tell. You can tell. You can tell. Overall, I would give this movie a C. And the only reason I'm giving it a C is because of the actors and actresses in the movie working so hard and doing a very good job with what they had. It's just the storyline was stupid. The storyline was boring. And the storyline is what we already knew. It didn't even show Whitney dying. Not that we want to see that shit, but it just basically, she was gone. And then the same thing, Chrissy and Nick are arguing, and then all of a sudden she's gone. It's like, okay, alright, I get it. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm rambling round and round, but I really didn't like this movie, and I really was upset because I really took a good time out of my day to sit here and preserve my time so that I can sit here and watch this movie. But TV1, you guys really dropped the ball. I did not like this movie. You guys owe Bobby Brown a big apology, and yeah, it was stupid. It was stupid. It sucked. All right, but shout out to all the actors and actresses. You guys did a really good job. Honestly, I respect your craft. I respect your vision or whatever you were trying to do. Great job. But whoever wrote this, not so much. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video and listening to my big mouth and my opinion. Please thumbs up this video and please subscribe so that you can keep up with me and hear more of my little opinionated self. Thank you guys and have a good day. Bye.